Hey folks, Film Brown here at the Movies with Film. You know, we've talked on this show quite a bit about the year 1939. 1939 in the film industry worldwide was a big year. Most people think of things like Gone with the Wind, and they think of maybe The Wizard of Oz, and some people like myself think of Young Mr. Lincoln or Drums Along the Mohawk, but somebody else might be thinking about Face at the Window, one of those British quota quickies. Now, let me talk a little bit about a quota quickie. A quota quickie, okay. There was a certain time, and this is still the case, when the American film product sort of took over the world, okay? Where the theater that you might go to in London might show more American product than it does British product. And this was a problem worldwide. This started, in the early silent period, and it still exists today. And some countries set up this program where they were trying to encourage domestic product that had to be shown and produced to compete with American product. And American product, was probably of higher quality. I hate to say that, but that's true. Okay, the budgets were higher and so on. And in England, they instituted something called the quota quickie system, or the quota system, where they were required per year to produce so many films, and that they had to be shown and they had to be distributed. Now, as it so happened, these were lower budgeted films. That's why they're called quota quickies. And a man who really stumbled into a good thing, two men, George King, who was really the kind of the guru or the best proponent of the quickie type of film, because he made a ton of them, and an actor who made a name for himself in these quota quickies, Tod Slaughter. Tod Slaughter. Now, he's not a name that you're going to find tripping off of a lot of people's tongues. No doubt in England in the 30s, and of course that's his heyday, okay, you're going to hear people talking about Tod Slaughter. But Tod Slaughter came out of the Victorian stage tradition. Long heritage in the Victorian stage tradition, and he had perfected playing these dastardly villains. Villains with these mustaches or strange beards, and he had this maniacal laugh. Now, I can't do his laugh. I was trying to do it on the way here, okay, in the car. Now, I just couldn't get it down. But he epitomizes that sneeringly evil, insane villain who really, really loves being crazy. And he's got this grin and this look in his eye that's really wild. Now, this film is one of his later day films. He was really known for making things like the Todd Sweeney films and things like Sweeney Todd films. But this Face in the Window, I take it, was an old Victorian play that's being redone for us, and it has our Todd Sweeney, who plays Chevalier Lucio Delgado, okay, who Tod Slaughter is going out there and trying to, well, woo a rich man's daughter. Now, the daughter is very young, and Slaughter is very old. And all of the shenanigans in trying to woo her and his evil ways. He's like a Snidely Whiplash type of guy who throws old women out the door and things like that when there's blizzards and things. Thinking about that type of guy, and this is what Tod Slaughter is all about. It's a very atmospheric film. Now, I was reading, some people would argue that this might not be technically a quota quickie film, largely because the budget was a little bit larger, but there was, in the mid-30s, a new quota system that had been instituted, and they had upped the budgets for these films. So this film really does fit into those situations. So I think we were going to call it a quota quickie no matter what. If you haven't seen a Tod Slaughter film before, I think you're in for a treat. Here is a man who just loves to be evil, and he enjoys it. And he's just eating the scenery up in doing it. Face in the Window, 1939. We might not remember 39 for the Face in the Window, but maybe you will after you watch